Well, hello there to my Cancers. This is Queen Moon Ra coming to you with your full moon message. Obviously, you're going to have another one over on the Patreon side if you're in on the Patreon side. So thank you for joining me here and over there. Let's jump right on in, Cancers. Let's jump right on in. All right. So the present energy here is the High Priestess energy, right? So heightened intuition right now, deep emotion, knowing, psychic sensitivity. The message for you here is your inner world is rich with guidance right now. And so trust your whispers, right? So affirmation that I created for you is I honor the truth that rises from within me, right? Your High Priestess energy, you've already gone through some dark times. And so you're enlightening people with your gifts, right? As a light High Priestess, right? You had to go through some things yourself in the dark to see, to recognize it, right? And so you're packed with resources, right? So what's supporting you? Queen of Pentacles. And so stability, grounded comfort, emotional nourishment through practicality. A message for you is the universe is supporting you with calm, steady energy. Lean into self-care rituals. And an affirmation that I created for you is I create a peaceful life with steady, grounded love. Right? You have tons of resources, people, places, things, right? And you saw something, what needs to release. 5 of Cups, right? Past disappointments or emotional heaviness lingers within, in your field. And so you're ready to move beyond an old emotional wound. Healing is active now. And so an affirmation for you is I release what no longer nourishes my heart. And so once you said, okay, I release it, I've cried about it, I've lamented over something, I'm ready to release it. So somebody prayed about it, right? You're learning how to save yourself through prayer. You're not waiting for somebody else to save you. So, and you're teaching other people how to do it too. So romantic or emotional opportunities, creative inspiration. And so a message for you is a soft, supportive, emotional connection or person is uplifting you behind the scenes. And so an affirmation for you is I'm open to receiving gentle, heartfelt connections, right? So be open to that. You've learned how to save yourself. So when your back is against the wall, you're not looking for, a person. New love is a distraction. You're not looking for alcohol, or you're not looking for sex, or you're not looking for whatever else will save you to distract you, or food or whatever. You're saying I can save myself in healthy ways by pouring into myself. You are ruled by the moon, so the moon has an affinity with water. So you're starting with detoxing, flushing stuff out. Okay, if I need to go to the gym, going working out, sweating out in healthy ways. That's a message that you're sending to yourself, your body, right? So the Magician, meaning manifestation, power, focus, taking aligned action. So a message for you is something that you've been wanting begins to take shape. Your energy becomes magnetic. An affirmation that I created for you is I create my reality with clarity, intention, and confidence. Very important here. So we're running out of time. Okay. So like I said, what's near, the near future is manifestation, power, focus, taking aligned action is near. And so a message is that something that you've been wanting begins to take shape. Your energy becomes magnetic. An affirmation that I created for you is I create my reality with clarity, intention, and also confidence. And so by midweek, what shifts here is the 10 of Cups, meaning emotional harmony, deep connection, family or soul tribe, joy. And so you can expect a heart-centered moment, love or unity flowing beautifully within your life. Into your life, things flowing into your life, and you're putting your energy. In other words, somebody is switching tables right here. This is what you're doing. You're shifting tables because something has been a complete nightmare for you in terms of like divine connections, what you thought was a divine connection, like sent to you from, above. You're going within, right? You've gone within. You've learned how to save yourself and saying, you know what, I'm going within. I know what my spirit needs, what flows and what doesn't flow, right? And so a challenge, could be the 9 of Swords, overthinking, empathetic overwhelm, nightmares, worries, all these things. And so your sensitivity may amplify anxieties. And so this is your reminder to ground and breathe. And so an affirmation for you is I choose peace over fear. I soothe my mind and spirit with compassion, right? So you want to be around other people who are just as compassionate as you've been to other people, right? You don't want to be around master manipulators. You want to be around other people who are balanced out, who are just as balanced out as you are, who've answered the call on their lives just like you have, but are balanced. They know how to enforce boundaries. You know, people who are balanced out, people who are not overgivers or overtakers, they know how to balance it out. People who are considerate enough that, okay, this person has given, you know, show some appreciation. Okay, know when to stop. Okay, you've given enough. Okay, let me give. Let me at least appreciate what you've given. This is what we're talking about, boundaries here. This is, like I said, King of Cups here, meaning emotional mastery, calm empathy, leadership through compassion, right? So you are stronger and more emotionally regulated than you realize. And so my empathy is powerful, balanced, and protected. And this is what I'm seeing here. Somebody has been around an emotional manipulator, the gaslighting, you've been around it all. So anyway, here we have guidance from spirit. This is the World card. And so completion, achievement, breakthrough, leveling up spiritually. And so a major cycle is ending. Spirit is applauding your growth and resilience. And so I celebrate my evolution and welcome new cycles with joy. This is what I'm seeing here. Remember, Saturn is no longer retrograde. So you've had a Saturn return. Some people have really overstepped boundaries. You thought it was, maybe in pure consciousness that you chose them, right? In pure consciousness, and before you arrive here, you thought in pure consciousness you chose them. But now that you're here, you've been around them, you say, okay, I know this, I can move on from this. I can move on from this, and I see victory here. So outcome by the end of the week, right? Victory, recognition, achieving emotional clarity or personal success, right? So you've learned what you needed to learn. This is where you close out the cycle in love and move on. So a message for you is that you end the week feeling validated, empowered, proud of yourself. And again, affirmation, I honor, my victories and shine confidently in my truth. Yeah, shine confidently in my truth. All right, let's see what we got going on here. So yeah, we have a cold moon. This is so happy full moon to everybody. And hopefully those affirmations will help you to move on. And whatever your truth is, right? Whatever your truth is, right? But you are exactly where Source wants you to be. You're exactly where Source has you, right? So looking at all of this, somebody could be going to school. Hold on. Message from your ancestors. Somebody could be going to school, maybe learning more. There's a lot of resources available to you. So don't look back. You're not looking back. Here we have your mental health is just as important as your physical health. You've been around a lot of takers because this is right here. You've been around a lot of takers that just overstep boundaries. Like they just don't know when to stop. And as soon as you restore, I keep trying to tell people, water is reflective. You can give just as good as you can receive. But again, you're high vibrational, right? Your emotional intelligence. I think people have been taking your kindness for weakness, and it's definitely not weak. Your sensitivity is a gift. It is really, really a gift. So continue. Like I said, you're out here #winning. You're out here #winning. So yeah, you can go ahead and close out. But trust your first mind. Trust your first mind. Ask Source for clarity. Somebody's still telling like, child, you don't care about that. Anyway. So yeah, check your request list again. Yeah. So somebody has envious spirit. They envy you. So dream even bigger. Yeah, dream even bigger. You deserve the best. You deserve the best, right? So take your time to decide. Yeah. So she apologizes for betraying you. Okay. So speaking into existence. You have the gift of deja vu. Yeah. You just kind of already know how things work out. Like that's why somebody overstepped a boundary. You already know how things are going to work out. But they won't overstep it again. All right. So you're not looking back. You are not looking back. Companionship. Giving someone your complete presence is an astonishing gift. There it is. It's an astonishing gift. Let's see if we can get an affirmation here. Set an intention for your reading. And we're going to go ahead and close this out. I am a magnet for harmonious, peaceful, healed relationships. Like I said, keep being a sweetheart, Cancer. I'm talking to men and women. Like I said before, you are switching tables. right? You're switching tables in a lot of ways. You're actually operate putting your energy towards your calling, and that's what this is. And so that's where you're going to meet everybody that, you know, your friends, love interests, your, sharpening your skills, all of that, whatever you were called to do, whatever it is that you were called to do. And I don't know what everybody's called to do, so you're answering the call in your life, and that's where Source is putting you amongst those energies that are helping you to become better in whatever you were called to do. Looks like you're a high priestess, so. Roots of light, 26, right? So that's what you prayed for. None of that ridiculousness. Putting your energy towards where, you're going where you're appreciated, not where you're tolerated. And that's what Source has you. That's what I have for you. See you all in the next video. Bye.